Hello everyone, we're back in Act 8 for my 101 leveling series. We are playing a Duelist, but you can really play anything. The decisions we make in this video will be the same regardless. Okay, in this area, couple of things. When you kill these, they drop like a toxic mist on the ground, so you don't want to stand around for too long. Now, I had the most unlucky leveling experience ever, or so I thought. I was actually just a massive muppet. In the game, you can get something called an item filter. And if we press escape and go to options, game, you'll see I'm using Never Sinks Filter Regular. While I was leveling, I was actually using Uber Strict. What a thing like this does is if we switch it on, you'll see items just vanish. So if we put it back to regular, you'll see this 4 link appeared. Now I didn't get any 4 links until Act 6. So I've been really struggling, and as a result I've had to make some changes to the tree just to sort of level. So I'm going to go over those. You don't need to make these changes, it was just so I could level. And sometimes if we are massively unlucky, we are going to have to do something that we're doing here. So you'll remember in the last leveling guide we came out here, down here, and we came up here and started pathing out to Resolute Technique. I just could not get there in time. I was struggling so badly with power. So I've actually started building down here into these axe nodes, but I am still going for the health and the resists. I will be pathing up here normally now. If you've already got Resolute Technique, do not get this. There's no point. It's just giving me accuracy until I can get up to Resolute Technique. I may actually be using accuracy instead of Resolute Technique later in the game because I haven't decided yet whether I'm going just a normal bleed or a critical bleed. But we'll decide closer to the time. The other thing I've picked up that you haven't picked up yet is these Reservation Efficiency nodes, which allows us to run our auras. And I'm running Blood and Sand, Defiance Banner, and Determination. Now with regards to gear and links, where am I at? As I say, I've only got a 4 link when I got to Act 6 or 7, I think it was end of Act 6. When I actually realised I had the item filter set so high. Now my axe is fairly decent. I didn't get a single weapon by dropping, however I did buy one from vendors, and I don't understand in that stuff. My main 4 link is in my chest piece. We have Bladestorm, Chance to Bleed, Melee Fizz, and Brutality. In the helmets I've got Corrupting Fever, Ancestral Protector, Poacher's Mark, and Mark on Hit. You have these two, we didn't have these two. This is simply giving me life and mana. Now I will be putting Pride in as soon as I have the mana for it, which we will get to hopefully before the end of this act. Just going to kill this stuff. Axe. Grab that because it looks like it's fairly decent. 121 to 200. As I said, it was good. I've done a craft off the bench to get 8% increased attack speed on top of the fizz. That's not as good. What else we got? We got our movement. We got Leap Slam, Life Tap, and faster attacks as we did earlier. And I've put my Enduring Cry on there. We've also got Determination, Defiance Banner, and Blood Rage. Molten Shell, and Summonstone Golem. I'm just going to run through here, clearing everything. And eventually we'll reach like a passing place. I'm not sure what the damage is on the ground. I think it's probably Chaos. We'd know if we had Energy Shield because it would bypass it if it was Chaos. Now I know I've talked about the importance of keeping your weapon up to date, but I don't know if I've talked about why we should keep our weapon up to date. Most of our damage comes from our weapon and gear, not from our gems. Whereas if we're spell based, most of our damage will come from our gems. Now eventually we will meet Cauldron Lady. Silver coin for the League mechanic. I don't know if you played the League mechanic. If you haven't, it is pretty good fun. And it's fairly rewarding, although there does seem to have been a change last weekend that lowered the rewards. I don't know if that's just me. I did notice someone else in comments mentioned it. Another axe. Pick that up just in case. I think I got the wrong way. That's taking us back to the beginning, is it? You'll see that the bleed explosions from the Ascendancy are working really nicely, and we're still getting that reassuring pop. Okay, this is a boss. She can be quite nasty depending on your character, so we are going to put some skills on. I'm actually going to solve my mana problem so we can use Pride, which means coming here. Let's do that. Oh, the other nodes I picked up are these here. I don't think I put those on the original. They just give us a ton of armor and endurance charge generation. We do want endurance charge generation. I'll talk a little bit about endurance charges as we fight the boss. Now, as we get hit, endurance charges will start to generate on us. And I'll show you that, if I can, once it starts happening. Okay, she's going to try and throw balls of damage at us. So we want to try and stay behind her. Now, what you'll notice is we've been hit a couple of times. So this endurance charge meter is up to 3. This is our maximum by default. What endurance charges do is they give us 4% increased elemental resistances, but also 4% increased damage reduction. There is a crafting recipe just here. If we go this way, this is our exit. You can actually exit both ways, but this is the most efficient I found. So I always exit to the right. Jump around here and we'll find the exit. Okay, this is the key. It's a really long area. Now, there is either something we need to pick up down here, or it'll be to the right in a bit. So just go to the bottom and just go across. There we go. This is what we needed. For the Ank of Eternity. Let's just kill him. Shouldn't really be killing rares, but I can't help it. I'm an addict. Now, if it wasn't there, as we come over here, eventually, you would normally find it against this wall, the little bridge. And what we're going to do now is we need to go around the arena looking for the place where we use the Ankh, which is normally to the right and down. So we're going to head right... Ooh, fusing. What did I miss? Silver coin. Take those out. Pop. We have got to the stage now where we can just do that and walk on. That. That. And stuff will just pop. Okay, in here. She's going to try and resurrect Tolman, who we saved in Act 3. Well, we didn't save him. We got his bracelet. He was dead. Now, while she's channeling, there's all these little chaps coming out of the ground. We're going to kill them and defend her. Now, keep an eye on this guy. When he becomes free, he becomes very dangerous. So we just want to make sure that when he becomes free, we know about it so we can take corrective action. Eventually... Because Tolman does it there, it is free. Right, we need to get around him. And that circle on the floor that just appeared, was it? Or was it just my bleed? No, there it is. And he's down. That circle does a lot of damage. No, the axe bit's only one hand. Actually, I do want to start looking for a one hand because we are going to switch to sword and board. Or axe and board eventually. It's not good.
How could I?
The things we do for love.
Now, endgame, we will be using at least initially a unique axe, which will take us all the way to red maps. But I can't get that in solo self-found unless I drop it. And I haven't dropped one yet. And I don't really want to go back to main league, because I am still in SSF, until I have started maps. And I'll show you a little reason why once we get to maps. And it's all about the Atlas. Now, from Act 8 onwards, we can actually start dropping maps. And there we go, just as I said that. I need to start looking out for 4 links. Actually, we're not doing too bad now. The axe is the real problem. But I really cannot lose that axe with that much damage on it. Another map. Prompted the game to start dropping them. Now up here somewhere. I don't want to go in there. Actually, these are Val's side areas. You can actually get Val Gems on them. Just be careful to read the stats. Because Reflect is back, and Reflect is bad. So, in here, it looks like a normal area, but very red. And you'll have this sort of pedestal bit at the end. We're just going to kill the boss. And once he's down, Kill these, and then we're going to open this. And these can drop Val Gems. I'm not going to use any Val Gems, but I might want those gloves, so we'll pick those up. Pick them up just in case. And then when we exit through that portal, it takes us all the way back here. Now what we are looking for in here is the exit to the grain store, I think it's called. Or the grain gate, we'll find out soon enough. I didn't spin for those people. Now you'll also know I've got rage generation. And you might be wondering how I got that without going up the left hand side of the tree. And that is because all of the axe nodes give you the masteries. So I can get it there. Which is another reason I went there instead early. So I've only got 7 refund points, so I can roll some of this off, but not all of it. So I'll need some Orb of Regrets, which will allow us to move off all of the ones that I put on that I don't want. Now in here, we are going to check the ground near these doors, and there you go, a little dead man. You are looking for dead guards. If there's no dead guard, you're going the wrong way. So we exit here, you can see there's another dead guard to say that that's the way back if you wanted to go that way. And then in here we're looking for another one that also has a guard at it. There you go, dead guard. That is a one-handed. I picked it up by mistake. It might be good, we never know. And then through here. Now eventually you'll find some guards there. They can hurt a bit. So just be careful. We're going to wreck them.
Honorable death.
And then we are going to look for another door. There, dead guard. And then eventually, I don't know if it's in here or not. Yeah, it's in here. You'll find this exit into the Imperial Fields. Now, if we follow the path in here, we'll eventually come across a waypoint. We want to grab it on the way past. There we go. Now, once we get to the waypoint, we just want to go straight left. I want to grab that. That little mound with Nico next to it gives us Delve Juice. And Delve Juice allows us to play the Delve later. I shouldn't be killing this because it's taking an age. Let's put on some bleed and see if we can kill him quicker. No, he is tanking like hell. What's he got? Ah, he's physical resistant, that's why. You can see he's cursed, so he's giving us life and mana regen. Eventually, he's going to die. It's only a matter of time. Actually, we can probably leave him there, let the bleed kill him. There we go. Continue running straight left. Once we reach this wall, we're going to keep heading sort of just correct downwards a little bit, and there you'll see, I'm just going to grab that Delve Juice.
I can't do this just yet.
You'll see the little Delve Juice meter up here. Tells us how much we got. We're not full yet. Once we're full, we can't collect any more. So we can go and run the Delve. Eventually, we'll reach an end to the Slowest Temple level 1. And in here, we are looking for a waypoint. And I'm just literally spinning once into packs now and just running away. And the explosions, sorting them out. And we're just going to find that waypoint, which should be around here any time soon, I would think. More silver coins. Yeah, there it is. Okay, same as in the previous act where we had the Slowest Temple. I think it was 3. We're just going to go through the door nearest to the waypoint. And I'm killing another rare that I don't want to, but he's going down really, really fast, actually. I haven't even put Blood Rage on yet. He's down. We're going to grab those boots, because green is probably more useful to me than blue. I really need to stop killing rares. Okay, there's our exit. There are 2 exits to this area. This is the one downstairs. If you find the other one, which is upstairs, you can drop a portal there, go outside and get the waypoint, and then portal back and then come back to here. Blues take a little more than one hit. However, he did die eventually. And dropped an alchemy, which is nice. Alchemy is a gem that will convert normal to rare. So if you got a normal 4-link, you can turn it to a rare with it. A bit like essences, but it doesn't guarantee a mod at a certain level. And you'll see we're leveling back up slowly, but as I jump, I'm using my health because remember it's linked to lifetime. In this area, we're really just following the carpet. When the carpet spreads both ways, your guess is as good as mine, but I tend to move away from the area you've already been to. And here we go. We've got the lights at the side like we did in the last one. The waypoint's been destroyed. And we got a portal here instead of Lady Diana. Okay. There is a crafting recipe at the back of this room. Don't forget it. And then we're going to kill this guy. Now, he fires a lot of fire damage, so we want to avoid him doing that. And he'll also launch these beams from the ceiling, which we want to not hit us. And then eventually we get these spinning blades. The spinning blades don't cause as much damage because our spinning blades will destroy them. And eventually he'll drop dead. And drop the sun orb. We can pick that up. And we can outlog. And in here, because we killed the guards, we'll get this skill book. And then go over to Clarissa. She will give us this skill book. So we get 2 skill points. Rings. That cold ring is pretty crappy. However, it has got a dexterity roll on, so it might be required. What was this like? We need lightning and fire. But the cold's going to drop by 20. It's still not as bad as lightning and fire. So lightning and fire it is. You'll see my resists are not great at all. They're not where I want them to be. Yeah, I don't have enough dexterity. I can't swap out anyway. Not that that's much better than what I had. I picked up this chest just in case I could link it later because it's got great resists. And it also doesn't have a life roll. And if we don't have a life roll, we can use one of the life masteries to get 15% increased life. If you have a map stash tab, which you might not at this point, we're going to find it and switch on affinities. Here's my map stash tab. So I'm going to front that back to the beginning with right click. We're going to drag it out here. Click here. We're going to switch on map affinity. And we are going to go maps. And I always have my maps tab black. And then our maps will go in here. And you can see we have 2 tier 1 maps. If you don't have a map stash tab, but you have a premium tab, you can do the same. If we click here, you can designate this to have any of your affinities. Pick currency, your currency will go in there. I've got currency on my crafting tab, which is my currency tab. Because in this game, as I mentioned earlier, currency is the way we craft. Every piece of currency has a crafting purpose. We are going to go grab that, that, and that. And next we'll be getting the mastery to give us 12% increased mana reservation efficiency for all skills, which should allow us to use Pride. We're going to jump back to Solaris Temple now, at this waypoint, and then we're going to go out this left door here. It might not be left door, it might be down and back, but we know that down and back was not open, it was a dead end, so it's this way, and there we go. Stairs, exit. Now if you came here first, drop the portal, and then when you get this next waypoint we're going to get, you can just port back to town and go back through your portal. We are going to keep jumping. I don't want to kill much because I think we're slightly over level, 59. Yeah, we are over leveled. What's the area actually? 58. We're not that over leveled, so we're not bad. I tend to try and stay 3 levels below if I can though. Does make the game slightly harder, but you get maximum sort of XP. More points. Mastery. 12% mana reservation efficiency. Now, I don't have enough gem slots yet to put in that, though I can switch off to Fire and Spanner for damage. Okay, Pride is now going to give us ridiculous damage. Basically, it gives you a physical damage buff to people in the area, depending on how long they've been in the area, so it's more effective against bosses than normal trash. Okay, I are down. We're just going to kill that green thing before it gets into something and causes us issues. Get the Orb of Chance, and off we run. Now, do remember you can go into sandstones, I just haven't been yet, and that will cause some moving sandstorms. We're going to ignore the Sky Shrine at the moment, because we don't have everything we need to actually use it. This area is split into 2 areas. The right-hand side is fire. Once you pass that middle point, it'll turn to cold. So down here, you've got a lot of chance to be frozen if we don't have any freeze immunity. So try and avoid getting hit with cold damage. And kill these blues. And these. And head onwards. Switch to red because we got a rare. I shouldn't really be killing rares, but I am. Oh, it's an essence. Of course I'm killing them. Oh dear. That was close. Enduring Christ saved us, I think. This is where we fought Gravicius, who is rather a nasty man. However, we are fighting Gravicius' little brother, and he's not even remotely anywhere near as scary, so we'll be fine. Silver. Coin. Oh, Chaos. I can now afford to buy my axe later. Now, a Chaos Orb's use is special. It will re-roll a rare item randomly, so all the mods on it will be re-rolled. So if your gear is crappy and you want to try it, Chaos Orb will do that, but Chaos Orb is also the main currency in the game. So you might not want to, because you might want to buy something with Chaos. We are going to have to kill this rare. Actually, do we need to kill him? I don't think we do. He's down anyway. As I said, not as strong as Gravicius. This is damage and knockback shrines, so as we hit, we'll be doing way more damage. Once we're in here, we are going to find a series of doors through a series of passageways. Ooh, 4 red helmet. Could be useful. So in here, we can just run through these, and eventually we'll get to this bottom bit, where the carpet goes off. If it goes left, go left. If it goes right, as it is here, we go right. As soon as we get through this area, out to this side area, and just run through. There's no boss in this act, but there's a lot of people. We don't need to kill them. Down we go. Now we are going to get those laser ladies. There we go. There they are. And same thing as before. We are looking for upward stairs. Once we get through here... is this the way with the least? This is the way with the least. The other way will have a dead end. So yes, it's the way with the least carts. Once we get here, there should be the double gate again, like we saw in Act 3. Act 3. I've said that a lot. Let's start calling it the other place. And... actually, let's just stop talking about similarities. We know what they are. Now, what I haven't talked about yet, I don't think, is the death penalty. After you kill first Katava, the death penalty kicks in. What is the death penalty? It basically means that when you die, not only will you return to the beginning of the area and have to start it again, you're also going to have to lose XP. This XP bar here is split into 5% chunks. When you die, you will lose a whole chunk of XP. So it becomes harder and harder to level as you get higher and higher, because the damage gets more high, you'll get more chance of dying, and therefore you'll lose more XP. Now the 5% isn't that bad. Once we get to maps, that XP loss is going to rise to 10%. Now this boss fires. Eventually he will sort of channel there. Get behind him when he channels. That hit really hurts quite a lot. Now in here, like the last, there is also a crafting recipe to the back of the arena. I'm just circling around him till he dies, and then crafting recipe. And he'll drop the moon orb, pick that up. And finally, I'm going to start doing what we did in the last episode and coming up here, where we will grab Resolute Technique and we can roll these off. Logging back in now, we're going to go straight back to the Linares Concourse. And instead of going upwards like we did just earlier, we are going to come down here. And eventually we will reach a door to the bathhouse. My jump doesn't feel right, and that's because always attack without moving is not on. Now what we want to do here is try and find the edge. Now there's a boss in here. That's him. Once he drops, this portal over, this chest will open and we can grab the wings of Asteri. Now we're also looking for an exit to the gardens. But there's also in here a Trial of Ascendancy, which will be the last one in this. No, it won't. Which is one of the ones we need to get the third Ascendancy. Okay, that is the gardens. I'm not going to go out yet because I do want to find this trial. In we go. This is a bit different to normal trials in that there's no portal at the end. Lever should open one of these doors. Grab that. There should be another switch. That crafting recipe. Another switch. And then down here. And we want to get those switches open this door, which open this thingy. Now at the end of that area I logged out because I'm a muppet and I shouldn't have done that. I should have just walked all the way back here, so I've had to make a quick run back. In the Hind Gardens there's a lot of these porcupines, and when they die they explode, doing physical damage. They're not going to really affect us because we have a lot of armor. Other characters will struggle. I'm just going to run around the outside, killing these things. Ow. Okay, you'll notice that I am now covered in blood. And that's because some of these mobs have the red thing on them. Now, once you find those in an area, you tend to find lots of them. So it's monsters that give you incorrupted blood when you actually hit them. But there's no way we can avoid that. Now, this area is very samey. Eventually we will get to a set of doors. Not up there. Now the other thing is, the ones that we actually make explode, you'll notice there's not a lot of projectiles coming off them. And that is because when we make people explode, their bodies are destroyed, so they can't do on-death effects. But it's only the ones that are actually bleeding on death that will explode. Okay. They're bleeding, they're dead. This boss is nasty. You want to stay behind him. And when he sort of dies, he'll jump into the ground. Like that. And then another load of people will come out. We're going to kill these. And as soon as they're down, he'll come back. Now, the little silver balls that are floating around the arena are coming towards us, and they will keep coming towards us. We don't want to touch them. Okay, we've got another round of these. Shouldn't take long. Because they do damage over time when they touch you. And those big orbs are not nice either. Okay, that's him. When his mouth is growing white, he's going to do a lot of damage when he hits you, so definitely don't be in front of him when he hits you. There you go. Sundering Axe, that could be good. Amulet could also be good. Can't carry that yet, though. But we're going to open a portal, because I'm going to sell some stuff to him. Go skill book, I can't pick it up yet. I do suggest you pick those up, by the way, just to sustain mana until we can get a gem that can do it. It just makes everything so much smoother. Back to the portal. I'm going to grab the amulet and the axe. Oh my lord. That is amazing. Damage over time multiplier for bleeding. Physical damage. Increased crit. Physical attack damage leached as life. That is so nice. We're now going to log. We are going to go to the hideout. Molten Shell. Summon Golem. Molten Shell. Oh yeah, it's still manual on this. Fine spanner. Let's at least level it if we can't use it. And we're going to craft something from the bench. We can't do anything from here, but we can do one of these. Now the question is, do I want to go for attack speed, or do I want to go for resistances? We're not near Act 10 yet, where we'll take the next lot of damage. So let's go. We're going to skip the resistances, and we're going to go straight for attack speed. 8%, lowest roll, but better than nothing. I'm going to go back to the Sarn encampment, and remember to pick up the stuff we couldn't pick up because we're full. Wings of Styria reward, we'll pick up the red gem. Ugal reward, skill book. What is that amulet? Dexterity, maximum life, mana, increased elemental damage with attacks, strength and intelligence. What's that? I don't think we can use... Oh, we can. We're going to put a fighter and lightning roll on it. It's only 10%, but every little helps. Okay, we're now going to come back to the Linares Concourse. I'm going to go up to here. Then we are going to go back downwards. Just kill these blues for some XP. Into the harbour bridge. We are going to zoom down here. Okay. Down. Just spin that. You can actually drop it where they're not, and when they walk into it to follow you, they'll actually blow up as well. Which is quite nice. We are close to level, so at this point I always ask myself, should I try and level? Because if I die, I'm going to lose XP. Now, the death penalty won't apply if you have 0 XP. It will not drop your level. It will just drop your current XP in the current level. Now, Divine Mana Flask there. We don't actually need a Mana Flask anymore because of that Poacher's Mark and Mark on Hit. You can pick those up from Nessa in Act 6. Okay, we touched that little marker there once we got the 2 sort of stone things, and they will go from our inventory. And then we're going to kill these, and actually that was really quick. One will always be active and one will be inactive. Now this fire guy fires in front of him. He'll also fire out to the side, so you want to stand behind him. And then this guy here just fires sort of in front of him, but the fire around him while you're hitting is problematic from this guy. He is going to go down so quick. Okay. This build is really powerful with this new axe. I can actually feel the difference. Okay, we're going to go straight out of here, and we're going to run across the bridge. This place looks familiar. It's no longer water, though. It's blood. So I don't know what happened here since we were last here, but it's a mess now. Maybe all the people in Highgate are dead? That would be bad. No XP. No quest reward givers. No skill books. That is another one of those Valside areas. We are slowly killing them. I'm killing too much, really. I don't need to kill this much. We leveled. Leveling's nice, of course. Now, I am probably going to keep a two-handed weapon until we go to the main axe to grab my weapon of choice for one-handed. We're also going to switch to shield at that point, so we will have some block chance. Right now we have none. So we'll be a lot more defensive than we are now. He is down. Ooh, right. We just got our first 6-socket items. And they're important because they give us Jeweler's Orbs, which I'll show you once we get back to town. Grab that. And there we go, town. When we sell these, we'll get 7 Jeweler's Orbs each. And Jeweler's Orbs allow us to reroll sockets. And we've now made it to Act 9, so that's Act 8 done. I hope you found this useful. If you have, then please leave a like. And with that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.